There are some US presidents that have also served in the United States Army, and you might know of some of them, but let me give a rundown of all the presidents that have also been in the US Army. What's up, my friends? I thought this would be a fun little kind of President's Day video to kind of do, but there's also a chance you're probably watching this outside of President's Day, and maybe you're just curious as to what presidents actually served in the United States Army, and we'll dive into that. It's not a tremendously large list. There's actually a lot of people, especially like in the early days, that were in like militias for like different states and everything. I think it seems like there's a lot of like Navy individuals that were, in the Navy and then later became presidents. And there's also a lot of people that never even served in the military at all. So we're gonna dive into some of those, and we're gonna give a list of those that did serve in the Army, and maybe a little bit of history, a little bit of facts, a little bit of fun stuff, and a few extra stuff too along with it. Of course, the very first one we have on the list is the first president. The first president, George Washington. Of course, he was in the United States Army. Probably a lot of people know that one, and maybe even some of the other ones on this list. But of course, George Washington was our first president, and also our first president to have also served in the United States Army. He did some stuff like a militia and something else too, and then was also in the US Army. So, of course, George Washington. You may know him as the person that can't lie, and I feel like he would tell you that, hey, I can't lie, you should definitely subscribe to the Christopher Chaos channel if you want more Army content. So hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure to click on the bell to get alerts as soon as new videos go live and become a part of the awesome notification platoon. Don't let George Washington down. Hit that subscribe button, okay? Was George Washington the one that said I can't tell a lie? Or was that Richard Nixon? Oh well, anyways, let's move on with the rest of the list. Some of the past presidents in the early days were like the Continental Army, some of them were in like state militias, but we're gonna specifically focus on the ones that were in the United States Army. So let's get into those ones. So after George Washington was Andrew Jackson, who was a major general in the United States Army. William Henry Harrison was a major general in the United States Army. Zachariah Taylor was in the United States Army as a major general. You have Franklin Pierce, who was a major general in the United States Army. Andrew Johnson was a brigadier general in the United States Army. Ulysses S. Grant was a general of the Army in the United States Army. Rutherford B. Hayes, that's a fun name to say, but he was a major general in the United States Army. James Garfield was a major general in the United States Army. Benjamin Harrison was a brigadier general in the United States Army. William McKinley was in the United States Army as a brevet major, which I don't even know what rank that is. The whole history of that looks like it's pretty complicated to try to explain right now. It looks like it's something they got rid of in 1922, so we won't get into that right now. Theodore Roosevelt was a colonel in the United States Army. Also, fun fact, Theodore Roosevelt is also the only US president to have received the Medal of Honor. No other US president has received the Medal of Honor, so that's pretty cool. Harry S. Truman was in the Army Officers Reserve Corps as a colonel. Not sure if that one counts. I mean, it says Reserve Officer Reserve Corps. I don't know what that is. We're not doing a history lesson. I'm not sure what that really was, but I mentioned it. Dwight Eisenhower was in the United States Army. He was actually a Army general during World War I, and then a Supreme Allied Commander in Europe during World War II. Ronald Reagan was a captain in the United States Army Reserves, and he was also in the United States Army Air Corps, but that's not part of the Army, but he was in the Army Reserves. And Ronald Reagan was actually the last president to have served in the United States Army. We've had presidents since him that has been in the military, but not in the United States Army. The last president that was even in the military was George W. Bush, who was in the Texas Air National Guard. But as far as the US Army goes, Ronald Reagan, and he was in the reserves, I guess, but he was still, nonetheless, the last US president we had in the United States Army. So just a fun little history lesson kind of a thing. I feel like there should be probably more like, military individuals that go off to be presidents, but it's all politics. I'm not a big fan of politics kind of a thing. So I'm sure there's a lot of political things involved. And sometimes, if you're not in politics, with your foot in the door, then simply just being in the military doesn't really help you in that kind of realm too well unless you have the right connections. So that can be a little bit tough. But you would think that with a lot of especially the experience that higher up generals get from being in the military, that they'd be pretty well fit for, possibly being a president, possibly kind of a thing. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think we should have more military individuals go off to be presidents, or do you think that maybe you have to be more in that political realm to understand politics better to move up to that kind of role? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like politics that much, but I don't know. I just think it'd be kind of cool to see more cool Army officers become US presidents. Maybe one that maybe I served with and I could be like, I knew that guy. He was my platoon leader. That's so cool. Comment of the day, because I want you to leave a comment down below with questions, whatever you got. But the specific comment I'm looking for also that I want to be able to read about, because I do read all the comments, I want to hear your nomination for like your favorite celebrity president. Like if you could have any current celebrity, maybe a past celebrity, be president now or the next one, whatever, who would you want it to be? I want to hear your comments down below. Stone Cold Steve Austin would be a pretty cool one. I don't know. I feel like we'd probably be maybe at war a lot though. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't take any shit from anybody and a lot of wars would come up, but that'd be probably a pretty interesting one. I think it'd be kind of funny if like at like the press conferences, people were saying what in between him like talking about like politics and like agendas and policies. That'd be pretty interesting. But hey, comment with your celebrity president that you'd like to see down in the comment section down below. If you want to see some more of my videos, I got some that popped up on screen. Definitely check those out. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that thumbs up. I'm Christopher Chaos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.